the planned children's museum in St. Augustine. So I never really understood what the children's museum was anyway.
We're splitting it. It's going to be in Opelika here.
Gonna be
in Stetson.
Everywhere kids have ever been. A major shift in the future of the long-awaited children's museum. Not long-awaited. Nobody really cared, honestly. In St. Augustine, the 4-acre parcel of land once promised for the TAG Children's Museum of St. Augustine has been sold, and the museum will not be built there. The property located behind Target on US 1 sold on April 24th for $2 million to JIG Management. LLC, a company tied to local real estate investor. Oh, we know this guy, Robin Arnold.
There we go. Jiggly. Good job.
Arnold says he now owns about 5 acres total in that area, including adjacent land. And while he's exploring development of ideas, there's nothing concrete just yet. I always like seeing his success, man.
Yes,
he's a guy that Rick and I worked with when we were all just working in restaurants. Yeah. I can literally remember how excited he was to get his real estate license while he was like driving a 95 Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Very happy.
I've done some deals with him. He's excellent at his job, and he's just a good dude.
Yeah,
good dude, man. Hardworking dude. The museum group originally bought the land in 2016 for $1.6 million. And even held a groundbreaking ceremony in 2021, announcing a vision to complete the museum by last year. They claim to have raised $5 million towards the construction, but in the years since, no major work ever began. Last year, the museum asked St. Johns County for $3.5 million in tourist development tax funding. Woof! To help kickstart the project. The request was denied. Just doesn't seem like they had their planning together on this at all. Now the dream of building the museum on that site is officially over. The TAG Children's Museum began as a grassroots idea in 2007, driven by local parents and business leaders who hope to create a hands-on learning space for kids and attract tens of thousands of visitors each year. I still don't even get what the concept is. What were they going to have there?
It's like a zoo for kids. You just walk by and there's kids behind like enclosures.
It'd have been like a big Bill Nye exhibit. No, I mean,
Bill Nye's a crock anyway.
Sorry, and I don't have a problem because the Children's Museum in Boston is very well attended, and if it's done right, it can, and if it's put in the right location, it can be successful. But I mean, it was turned down at TDC because there wasn't really a process, and the excess money that we had couldn't go to just one nonprofit when there was other government projects that needed to be funded.
Yeah.
You know, we were just going to give them that money and have no ownership of anything. Then that was part of the reason why it wasn't turned down because it was a bad project. It was turned down because there's other projects and it didn't go through the proper process like the CIP project. So,
yeah.
And I was one of the ones that spoke against, like, okay, this process, I don't have a problem with the museum, but the process doesn't fit this project.
Yeah. It just it doesn't sound like it. I just never understood what the plan was. I never understood what this site would look like and feel like, and why it would be a good attraction, and why we should be putting so much money behind it. And I think a lot of people did put a lot of money behind it. If they said they raised $5 million, and a lot of people are left scratching their heads like, wait, where did that $5 million go? So that's a shame. That's a shame that a lot of people apparently gave monmoney and to nothing.
There's a lot of money went into the design there, and I don't know how they're going to recover that money.
Yeah.
You know, because it was specific to that site. So
Rick went undercover to the Mosquito Museum yesterday. How was that, Rick?
It was actually awesome.
Was it really?
Yeah, I saw no wheelbarrows of money going out the back door, or no.
Well, that's
no really funny business, man. Like a few people I met there were really awesome and nice, and they were there for the kids. They are real informative, and you could tell they love doing their jobs and stuff. So it was actually cool.
Tell me one thing you learned about mosquitoes you did not know going in.
Check this out, and I even mentioned this to them. The female mosquitoes are the only ones that bite. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I knew that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds right.
They're the only ones nagging me, you know, sucking all my stuff away, not giving me nothing back in return.
All right.
Yeah, you should,
All right, I'm going down that one hole I went the other day.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I
all
asked.
right. Oh, it was great. It was so fun.
I don't think that was the question I asked.
That was it. No, they're really nice. They're awesome. A lot of cool stuff. They had like bees and scorpions, tarantulas. It was more than just mosquitoes too. A bunch of cool
Well, it better be.
stuff under microscopes. Yeah, it kind of skeeved me out though. They had this one little corner at the display where there was legit mosquitoes in it, and they were big. Like
Really?
me and a couple of the parents were like, "Oh, sheesh!"
Yeah.
Like, and it kind of gave me that vibe of like I start like,
like, do I have malaria?
yeah, oh no.
Wow.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. They got to hold a hissing cockroach. The kids did. There was a flight simulator
Why?
there.
Why they real cockroach?
Real, yeah.
Why are they putting cockroaches in kids? That's I don't.
Yeah, it
want
was
anything
sad
to do
because they're
with that.
kind of telling their story, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to wake up with one on your head. And I'm like, been there, done that.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, honestly.
Right, it's not. But that will wake you up. You're awake after that happens.
Yeah.
I've had that happen too,
Yeah,
man.
no, you got to go
You
outside
just
and
hear
walk
the
around.
little when you hear the wings like land next to you and stuff.
You hear that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That'll wake you up faster than your dog.
And you can actually hear them crawling. I know
rustling
some
around
people
the
might
room.
not hear this,
Oh,
but when
yeah.
you're that,
Oh, yeah.
when you hear it and you feel it, you
When
start
you're asleep,
hearing little scurries and
I
stuff.
can tell you right now, a palmetto bug will turn the bravest man into the biggest wuss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So quickly if it flies right at his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
And that's what we had. I never saw any of the other species they had. I only remember the ones. That's the
Palmetto
ones we
bugs.
used to have in
Right.
Davis Shores, and we kept a decently clean house, and we still had them.
It does, it
but
doesn't matter.
It happens when
yeah.
it rains. Because they're outside and then they come in when it rains.
Oh, okay, is that why? Nice.
Yeah.
You can't really do a whole lot about a palmetto
No,
bug.
Yeah,
in
and
your
if you
house.
live in Davis Shores near the
we
water,
just gave up.
we lived in
Yeah.
a house that was like across the street from a lake one time, and it was just absolutely infested.
Right.
It was every time you walked into a room, there was a roach somewhere. So,
Right.
Yeah.
but yeah, and then you kind of got used to it, which was
Well, that's my
another
sad
awful
part. And they're
thing,
like
yeah.
all skeeved out, and I'm like, I kind of grew up with these guys.
Right.
I know
They're
friends
kinda
that talk
pretty
to
much
those
like
things and made
ladybugs
friends
to
with
me.
them.
As long as they don't fly at me, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
They're like little grasshoppers.
Oh.
Don't fly at me.
I don't want to go anywhere where they let me hold a
Yeah, it was kind of
cockroach.
skeevy for a minute,
Yeah.
but it was cool. It was really cool. So shout out them.
Okay.
What was the cockroach's name?
They all kept calling everything George. It was like, yeah, this is my friend George, and this is George, and this,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
George,
Okay.
George the cockroach. And he got stage fright. I guess he's handled so much he doesn't hiss that much. So it's kind of
Okay.
yeah,
A non-hissing
hissing
hissing
cockroach.
cockroach.
Yes.
Got it.
That's disgusting.
But it was good.
It was awesome. I had a great time. I recommend people going and checking it out and take a look at it.
Okay. There you go.
They would appreciate the support.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they need it.
yeah, they don't need it.
They want it.
They got all the financial
Still
support they could ever want.
Still better than the helicopter.
Yeah. Well, they also have a helicopter there.
Yeah, they have a simulation.
Yeah.
Please still spray our street though.
Yeah.
I remember that growing up when the trucks would come down the road.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, they used
You
to
remember the
freak me out.
apartments? They
Yeah,
used
I
to
didn't like
smog that place
yeah,
out.
I didn't like the trucks. When I was like 2 or 3, they used to really scare me. Because all you'd hear is the coming down your road.
Yeah, the
you'd see
motor.
the lights flashing through the
And
window.
then just a
and-
fog.
yeah. All right.
Sweet.